Hi Leo, it's me, Lauren. It is nice to see you again. I hope you're all doing well. Post eclipse. We are going to do your reading this week with the Tarot of the Old Path. It's a good one. It's brand new, hot off the press here on the channel. I'm very excited to use it for you. This reading, I'm just going to preface and tell you it's going to be a little long. The readings are getting a little bit longer, so get yourself a little cappuccino or a glass of wine or whatever you like to do, because we have a lot of cards on the deck and there's a whole story playing out. I say on the deck, on the board, there's a lot of cards on the board, but there's a whole story playing out with the way that the cards are coming out all on the bottom of the deck, and I really want to get into it. So it's going to be a lot, but I think it's important. So your first three cards that popped out, Leo, were three cards I noticed when they came out, flipped over, they were in reverse, and I was like, oh good. So it's a little reminder for myself, not all cards that come out in reverse are bad, because yours actually happen to be very good. You have out Temptation, which is the Devil card. You have that out in reverse. And then you have out the Ten of Rods, which is the Ten of Wands. You have that out in reverse. And then you have the Seven of Rods. You have that out in reverse. So what I'm first and foremost hearing is like, I'm so sick of being tired. Like, I don't want to be tired. It's like, you're exhausted, Leo. I feel like you're exhausted. And there's this sense of like, I don't want to be exhausted anymore. It's like, I don't feel good. Like, I'm sick of not feeling good. It's like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired is kind of the energy that I'm really picking up for you. So with these first three cards out, it's really telling me that you've hit a wall and you're like, I'm done with this. I want to put down my devilish behaviors, bad habits, negative thought patterns, things that you know are toxic, whether it's relationships, mindsets, things that you're doing, places that you're going, whatever it is. It's you really just like want to put it down. And with that, you also want to put down the burdens that come with kind of having to enact this, because when you dance with the devil, your feet are going to hurt sooner or later. And there's like a big thing with feet, like my heels. Do your heels hurt? Because I got up before, I laid out some of your cards, and then I heard something downstairs, so I went to go check on it, and when I got up, my heels hurt really bad. So I don't know if like you're on your feet a lot, or it's like you're something with my heels, Achilles heel. Maybe you have an Achilles heel, Leo, but there's something with that. But with the Seven of Rods in reverse, it's also saying that you don't want to be defensive anymore, right? You don't want to be defensive. So you're trying to put down like your devilish nature. And I'm also being called to say that all readings can be vice versa and flipped, Missy Elliott style, as we do here. So this could not be you. I could be picking up on somebody that you're energetically very heavily connected to, attached to, or somebody that feels very attached or connected to you as well. So, but in these first three cards, it's telling me that you're really just exhausted, you're tired, you're sick of fighting, you're sick of trying to defend yourself, you're sick of being defensive, you're just done. You've hit a wall, Leo. And that's good though. These are all really good cards to get in reverse. Moving on, now we have the King of Cauldrons, so that would be the King of Cups, and we have this in reverse, which normally would be kind of a more of a negative card, but in a traditional, I guess this is a traditional tarot sort of, but you oftentimes you see the King of Cups on a throne. He's kind of got one foot in, one foot out. He's kind of usually extending a cup outward. This King of Cups, it's like he's holding it like close to himself, close to his chest, which is a little bit of like the Libra reading that I just did. But it's in reverse. It's almost like you or someone you're connected to doesn't want to like hold everything like in. It's like a bottling up. It's like you don't want to bottle stuff up anymore, Leo. And then with the Two of Swords coming out in reverse, it's also saying that it's like you want to take yourself out of indecision. It's like a shit or get off the pot thing. It's like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sick of being exhausted and burdened down by this crap. I'm sick of having to defend myself and having to feel defensive all the time. I'm sick of keeping all of my emotions bottled up inside, feeling either so super out of control of your emotions. And the way to deal with that was to overcompensate too much on the other side by keeping them all in control that it's like almost like you can't breathe, like you're drowning yourself in your own emotions from the bottom up, and you really want to get rid of that. And a lot of that was coming from being kind of at a crossroads, feeling kind of indecisive. And because these are normally it's a woman or it's somebody that's blinded with two swords, but this is actually like two knights, two gladiators kind of going toe to toe with each other. And because they're shrouded in like this gold and yellow, that's that solar plex chakra color. So that's like self-confidence, self-esteem, which tells me that perhaps when you were enacting in some devilish behavior or dealing with devilish people and feeling really burdened and bogged down and defensive and out of control of your emotions, and then having to feel like you have to bottle up all of your emotions at the same time, that it really was kind of like a clash of egos, either with you or another, or with you and yourself, with like, what is my ego and what is my confidence, what is my self-worth, what is my self-esteem, really kind of feeling a little bit triggered. And I feel like that's where a lot of this old behavior was really coming from. It's really like I only get like a clash of titans, like either between in yourself or with another person. But it seems like you're really done with that, because at the end of the day, what you really want is this Ace of Cauldrons. It's an Ace of Cups. It's a new seed. It's a new start. It's an opportunity for something that will lead you down a road that is very emotionally fulfilling. And with this, remember, we're putting this ego, I'm getting like bravado kind of down, all of that yellow. Once you stop bottling up all of these emotions, you're able to let them kind of flow more naturally, right? And then this new seed with this beautiful flow can also create this yellow, create this self-esteem, but really in a healthy way. It's like having this emotional, what you really want is this emotionally fulfilling new start, right? And cups aren't always, they oftentimes they mean love, but it's also something that you have a lot of love for. So that could be, a project or your family or your friendships or aspects of yourself, right, that you really want to pour into, but something that will really bring you a positive sense of self-worth and self-esteem and self-confidence, right? As opposed to all of this devilish energy that you were enacting in before. Now, next out, you have the Four of Cauldron, which is the Four of Cups, which is interesting because you have, you're putting all the shit down, you want to at least. And then you have this Ace of Cups right here. And so then what are you going to do with this Ace of Cups? You're pouring it. But traditionally, the Four of Cups is kind of somebody sitting there, their cups are kind of spilled, or like they have 3 cups and they're like, I don't want these cups. No, they're not good enough. And there's like another cup from like God, like here's your Ace of Cups. Like, here's the good shit. Like, would you like to take it? And you're like, no, I'm too busy crying over these other 3 cups that like don't really have what I want, right? But here you are, and you have your Ace of Cups, or you want it, or you're just as you imagining it, manifesting, right? And like what you would do with it if you had it. And you're actually pouring it into another's. And it's interesting because it's like, this guy's asleep, right? He's not dead, he's not upset, like the other cups aren't spilled, but it's like you want to take this Ace of Cups after dealing with all of this stuff, Leo, and you want to pour it into something that is asleep. It's not dead, we don't have any death cards on the board, but it's something that's asleep. So it almost seems like something that you put down, whether it was a relationship, whether it was a project. I'm getting a lot of school energy, right? Like it could, maybe you want to go back to school. There's something in there. There's something that you kind of put down and kind of put to sleep. That sounds wrong. But like you kind of put to sleep, put a pause on it. And now it's like you're trying to breathe life, pour love. You want to pour something into it to kind of wake it up. I'm almost getting like, it's like coffee. It's like, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your Ace of Cups. And this is you. You're trying to like pour caffeine, like pour love, and like hoping to like wake this back up. It's like very like Sleeping Beauty kind of energy a little bit, because then you have this 6 of Pentacles out. It's like you're hoping that with this Ace of Cups, you're going to be able to take it and pour it into something that was half alive, put asleep, put aside, whatever that is. And really start giving to it, right? Like wanting to give to it kind of much more freely. Because with the World out in reverse, it tells me that whatever this Sleeping Beauty is for you, there's a sense that it's like unfulfilled. I'm getting like unfulfilled contract, soul contract, promises, opportunities. Like there's something here that it wasn't fully gestated. There's something in that. And then you have it followed out by the 9 of Cauldrons, which is the 9 of Cups. This is a wish fulfillment. This was like an unfulfilled wish fulfillment that had got put to sleep or put on pause, like I said. So it could be a relationship like somebody you used to be with. We're in retrograde season. Yes, we are. But this could also be like maybe you put school on pause so that way you could work, or maybe you had to put work on pause because of the corona, and now you picked up another project, right? And now you're going back to work, and so now you have to put your project on pause, and you don't want to do that. It could play out in a lot of different ways for you. It's very general, but there is some kind of wish fulfillment that you wanted. There was an Ace of Cups for you, and you had to put it aside for whatever reason, probably because you were dealing with the devil and burdens and having to be defensive, and there's a sense of like having to guard what you have, right? With the 7, it's like having to guard what you have, like putting yourself behind a fence. But this 9 of, come with me, Leo, come closer. It's so interesting because this wish fulfillment that you had, first of all of these cups, normally they'd be filled with wine. In a lot of tarot decks, they're usually filled with some kind of wine, but they're actually white, which tells me I'm like hearing like milk and honey, like whatever this was, it was like your milk and honey, which is like very like, it's like nectar of the gods. It's like something that was like divinely for you. Like it's a path, a purpose, a project, a person. It was something that was like nectar of the gods for you, right? And it's the sense that like whatever it was, you knew it was gonna like make you fat and happy in like the best of ways, right? And I don't mean that in like a derogatory way, but it's fat and happy. And it's like, and if you look at the table, there's not sweets, there's not like breads, there's not like weird stuff. It's all fruits, right? I'm getting like very Adam and Eve. Like there's fruits. It's stuff that would really fill you up in like a really healthy way. Milk and honey and fruit, like fat and happy, like sitting in your glory. And with like this chicken that he has here, like this drumstick, I'm getting like something that you could have really like sunk your teeth into and enjoyed and like sustained and had and built up, because they're older, right? These aren't pages, these are older people. So it's really interesting. And he's shrouded in all of this blue and all of this green, which is telling me that it's like, you know, that that's the truth. Or if, like I said, the energy could be flipped, but it's somebody knows that whatever this wish fulfillment was that like got put aside, put asleep, like put on pause, that it was something that the truth of the matter is that it was something that you really could have sunk your teeth into. And it was your milk and honey. And it was something that was good for you. It was really good for you, right? And normally in the 9 of cups, it's normally one guy sitting there with all these cups, but there's 2 here, right? So this also could be an integration of your masculine and feminine sides, your wishes being very much in balance. And that's when they're the healthiest for us. But I'm just saying, Leo. So moving on, you have the Fool card. So it's like you really want to take a leap of faith on this, or you wanted to take a leap of faith of this. This feels a little bit like past energy. It's almost a sense of like, I'm looking at this baby going towards this fire, and I'm hearing like bad baby in the bathwater. Like, it's almost like this, it's like, she's almost like, oh my God, this baby's not doing what I want. Like, oh my God, this baby's like out of control. Like, oh my God, this baby's wrong. It's like whatever this Ace of Cups was before for you, I think you thought that when you maybe wanted to try to take, I'm getting here like false start, that you wanted to take a leap of faith on it, but it's if you felt for some reason like it was a troublesome baby, like it had to be watched too much, it had to be tended to too much. So it's like it upset your feminine energy, which is the side of you that energetically like births new ideas, births new relationships, nurtures, feeds, grows, you know what I mean? And it's almost like your feminine side was so tired, you were like, I don't have time for this, like I need a babysitter, like this is a bad baby, it's a bad baby. There's no such thing as a bad baby, but that's kind of the sense. I'm getting a headache. Are you guys getting headaches? I just got a headache all of a sudden. And so here's this Fool over here. It's like your masculine energy in a very, cause he looks very young, and it's like almost in a very like immature kind of way. It's like you didn't want to raise the baby. Somebody didn't want to raise the baby. Somebody didn't want to put the work in to teach it not to go into the fire. You didn't want to have to watch it. You just wanted it to grow, or somebody just wanted it to just grow. And you know, things need to progress and grow organically, yes, but you know, God helps those who help themselves. And so there is a certain amount of hard work or, you know, attention that you have to put into things. It's like there's no such thing as a bad baby. A baby doesn't know any better. A baby's just pure energy, just pure life. It's you as an adult that has to care for that baby and take care of it and protect it and give it a safe space for it to grow, right? And whoever it was in the situation, even though they knew it was a situation that would eventually grow up to be like, this little baby is going to grow up to be like fat and happy in all like the good best ways, milk and honey, right? Babies, milk and honey. Somebody just got the hell out of Dodge. They're like, I don't want to do this. And it was a very immature energy, which I assume is coming out of like this devilish kind of thing, or like, you know, I'm already burdened, I don't have time for this. I'm hearing like, I don't have time for this. Like, I don't have the energy to fight for this. So that's probably why I got put aside. and it made you maybe feel, or someone else feel, a little out of control of their emotions, so then you had to bottle it all up because maybe, you know, his back's turned. He's not looking back. You know, it might have been really hard to turn away from this baby, but you felt, I feel as though it was necessary, because then you have this Eight of Rods, which is the Eight of Wands. This is normally a card of speaking of communication. And with all of these broomsticks are also very indicative of a kind of a cleaning out the clutter, right? Like not sweeping things under the rug, like really energetically kind of cleansing your environment, cleansing your space, cleansing your own energy, your relationships. Everything's kind of pure, like a baby, you know what I mean? But in reverse, it's saying that there was a lack of communication about this. There was a lack of communication about this. And I feel there's a little bit of like a stalemate energy, I feels like within yourself or within another that you're energetically connected to. And it feels as though this was also a burden. This was, you already had burdens, and this was going to be, and even it was going to take too much out of you or someone else in order to like raise the baby. So you just kind of got a little bit out of dodge, and you didn't really communicate effectively. I think not just with others in your environment, but also with yourself, right? It's like you knew the truth. You knew the truth of the situation, but it's like you buried it, you like bottled it up, and you couldn't even like express your own truth to yourself, Leo, is kind of how it feels. That's how it feels, because there's a lot of cups energy. There's a lot of cups energy here for a fire sign. So that's something, you know, it seems like you're not, maybe you or someone else having a really hard time kind of processing those emotions, right? Which is why you probably had this ego clash with yourself or with another, you know? But what you really want is this open emotional flow, so you can have this start, let things flow, let things grow in a really, really healthy way. And then you have the Queen of Swords coming out next, which is saying that like when this decision was made, even though whoever it was knew the truth of it, it was your wish fulfillment, milk and honey, fat and happy in all the best ways, right? And now you're thinking about kind of pouring life back into it to kind of wake it up. But at the time, it seems as though perhaps because maybe there was a lack of communication, maybe you came off a little cold, maybe it feels like you had to kind of put on your armor, right? Because you were maybe fighting a lot of battles already, but that you really, whoever this was, really thought that they were making like a very logical choice. Maybe it felt a little cold, a little standoffish, a little bottled up, right? But it felt like at the time it was a decision made out of logic. It wasn't meant to be cruel, it was just meant to be logical. But because of the lack of communication and because of we're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, even though it was wish fulfillment, it seems like it was like a double fold. It was like it was like I'm hearing double barrel, you know what I mean? But it was like one for you and like one for them. It's like when I'm getting like they're giving me a vision of when you like shoot a gun, but like you're not holding on to it right, so it like kicks back and it hits you in the face. It's like that. It's like you tried to like put something to sleep, but it actually like knocked you out too. So, or whoever. So moving on, Leo. So now we're in the position of the Magician. The position of the Magician. That's what I might call this reading, the position of the Magician. Try and say that 5 times fast. And this is interesting. We have, where is it? I saw it on here. Right here. That's the alchemical symbol for Earth. I'm getting a very manifesty energy off this. And in this Ace of Cauldrons, I noticed that back here, these rocks, it looks like Stonehenge to me. I don't know what it is, but I'm getting like Stonehenge. I don't know if you're watching Ancient Aliens. I don't know if you're watching the History Channel. I don't know if you're just watching, there's a sense that you're in trying to figure out a way to manifest kind of waking up this situation and really kind of start giving to it again. I'm getting like a researchy energy, like trying to figure out how magic works. Trying, like looking back almost like through archives, Akashic records. There's something in that, trying to connect with like your spirit animals, right? With the antlers and the deer. There's like a very earthy, like alchemical alchemy thing to it. It's like you're trying to figure out how to work with natural elements, how to work with energy in order to create that flow and wake up this situation to kind of go back and get your wish fulfillment. And now you have out the Page of Wands. Well, it is the Page of Wands, but the Page of Rods. And here we go, a little fire energy, finally. So it's like you're trying to figure out how to put the spark back into something, the spark back into yourself, even like, because you're so tired too. It's like trying to light your own fire enough. Like you can't go back and pour life into something else if you don't have any life in yourself, for yourself, right? So it's kind of trying to figure out how to do that, because next out you have the Two of Cauldrons, which is the Two of Cups, right? So it's like you have the Nine of Cups, you have the Two of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. It's a lot of water for a fire sign. So it's like you really are in trying to put down these burdens and kind of I'm getting like a reserve, kind of trying to beef up your reserves, like you're trying to rest up for this. There's something to that in doing while you're resting and kind of gathering your thoughts, you're trying to figure out how to manifest. You're trying to figure out how to alchemize, you know, this loving pouring energy, this give and take, this reciprocity. And with the Ten of Swords coming out next, it's telling me that you know, or someone else who's dealing with you knows. And so I'm actually being very drawn to, he's got a letter, like maybe you're trying to form a message to someone that explains like how passionate you really are. Like maybe you think that passion is going to be the thing to like, because it's that fire energy, right? It's that spark of life. It's like you're like, I'm gonna have to come in with like a little bit of a fire under my ass. But I'm also very drawn to the fact that he has his pinky out. It's very like, I have to be on my P's and Q's. You know, it's like I have to come in like proper, like not out of pocket. I have to come in proper. So it's like, how do I work with this energy? How do I alchemize? How do I manifest this? But how do I do it in a way that's not going to seem like out of turn, like out of school, I'm getting a lot of school energy. Like, how do I come in like passionate, but also like proper with the pinky out, And I noticed that they have their pinky, she has her pinky out too. It's almost like, like you better come correct, because if you don't, you know you're going to end up in the Ten of Swords. And because he's kind of holding on to this, it almost seems like you know it will be a self-inflicted wound. And again, with all of this yellow, it's like if you get too prideful, or if you come in too passionately, or if you come from a place of ego, right, instead of truth and honesty, instead of getting your Two of Cups, instead of getting your milk and honey over here, you're going to end up with a self-inflicted wound. Again, it's like that gunshot wound. It's like if you're not balanced, if you don't have the right stance when you hold it, when you go to shoot your shot, it's going to backfire. And that's what this is. And it's followed out by the King of Pentacles, which tells me that you know this. That, again, or whoever's dealing with you knows this, that they're going to have to come in as a King of Pentacles. Like, they're going to have to come in as a king with their shit together, their emotions in check, their life in order. Like, here's my pentacle, like I have 2 feet to stand on solid ground, right? And with these eight of cauldrons, 8 of cups, it's almost like, normally this would be like kind of, it's somebody going out, like off to greener pastures, like looking for those other 2 of cups, right? But in this card, it's actually looks like he's grabbing all of these cups and like taking them away from the people back here, right? Because if all of these 3 people were together, it'd be the 3 of cups. It'd be a celebration. So it's almost like you're breaking up the party. Like, you know, in order to come in as the King of Pentacles, in order to not have a self-inflicted wound, in order for this not to backfire on you and really manifest what you want, it's almost like you're going to have to break up the party somewhere, which could have been like this, which is why you want to put down this devil energy, right? Indulgent, egoic, petty, you know, all of that stuff. And it's almost like you're stealing your cups. It's almost like you're stealing your cups. And right, look what you leave. What did you leave behind? You left the 3 of cups, the celebration. It's like you're leaving the party behind, and everybody's like, did they Irish exit? Like, did they just leave? Did they, like, can you believe them that they just did that? It's almost like when you bring beer to a party and then you take it home with you and you don't finish it. Like, normally you'd leave it at the party for the host, but you actually, like, you're taking your beers back. It's like you're taking your cups. You're like, oh no, I'm gonna need these. I'm gonna need these. Oh, because it's 8, right? It's 8. And you want the 9. You're like, I'm gonna need these because I know someone else has got that last one, and I want to be super like fat and happy with my milk and honey and like really sink my teeth into this with someone, right? But you need that other cup. You need that other cup. So it's almost like you're jacking the cups and you're getting out of here. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go look for other options on how to be the King of Pentacles. You're like, oh no, in order to be the King of Pentacles, in order to come into this situation correctly, like I gotta break up the party and I gotta take my cups back. I'm taking back my cups. It's like, I gotta take them with me. It's like your goodie bag, right? You're like, and my pentacles, and my 10 of Pentacles, because you're the King of Pentacles. And here she is, or here he is. Energy, genders, sexuality, it's all fluid. It all moves around, back to the future, lean with it, rock with it. You know how we do it here. But it's very interesting. You're like, in order to do this, I gotta take back my cups. And it's like, and I love that he's like holding, he's like offering these pentacles. You're like, I'm coming in with cups. I'm coming in with like a very controlled amount of passion. I have all of my pentacles. Like I have my shit together. I have my firm foundation, my feet on the ground. Like I have my crown. I have this. And with this pink, these pink flowers, that's pink for me is very much indicative of the presence of Archangel Muriel. She loves pink, and she helps us deal with or work on being more peaceful and more compassionate in our loving relationships. And so it's almost a sense of you're also trying to come in almost like a gift. I'm getting like a gift, like flowers. You're giving somebody flowers, or somebody's gonna give you flowers. So it's like a small, like natural element, like natural token of affection, right? Cards all over the place. And then you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Now this is where things get dicey, as if they weren't already dicey enough. But I suppose you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs, Leo. This is interesting. First of all, I'm just gonna call spade a spade. This for me, ooh, my throat chakra. Yeah, this looks like a ring is like falling off. It just looks like a fallen ring, right? And it's almost like you're breaking up the party. You're taking these cups back so that way you could be the King of Pentacles. So it's like, and he right here, it's like he has her hand and he's giving her this pentacle. Maybe it's not flowers. Maybe you're not trying to give somebody flowers. It's almost like you're taking the ring off of something. You're taking your cups back. You're taking your pentacles back because you want to give them to someone else. And like I said, there's a lot of cups energy here. There is the Two of Cups. There is the Ace of Cups. This is probably very likely having to deal with like some kind of love relationship. But cups aren't always romantic. Cups can be love energy. You have love for your friends. You have love for your family. You have love for projects. I'm picking up a lot of school student energy, like your path, your purpose, your mission, right? So it's almost like having to I'm also getting like a picnic barbecue vibe, or it's like, you know, when you throw like a ring, you throw like the ring out and it's gotta hit it like at the boardwalk or something. It's like woo, 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 like all the way down. It's something like that. But this is swords in reverse energy, which means that again, Leo, whether it's you or whether it's someone else, there is a lack of truth and honesty and communication in this situation. And that is going to cause Three of Swords. It's going to cause disappointment. It's going to cause heartbreak. It's going to cause an issue. Lack of communication, which seems like that was the whole problem up here in the beginning, in the past, in the middle. You or whoever can be honest with your school, with your job, with your friends, with your partner. Then they couldn't be honest with themselves. And now it's like you're kind of figuring out, or they're figuring out how to do all this. But again, there's a lack of communication here. There's a lack of communication that this process is happening. And it's going to cause issues. It's going to cause heartbreak, right? Look at this guy on the ground. Normally the Three of Swords is, it's like a heart with swords in it, right? But there's three people here. Like somebody's going down, Leo. In order to make this happen, somebody's going down. And there's like this feminine energy is like, oh, I can't believe I have to do this. Again, it's like this Fool energy. She's like, oh, I can't believe I have to do this. I can't believe. It's like, I am picking up a little victim mentality. I don't want to lie about that. I don't want to, or not include it, because I am picking up on that. Like, oh, woe is me. Like, no, like if there was more communication in this situation, it might have panned out a little bit better. But we're here now, so let's walk it out, right? But you gotta deal with it, because there's your masculine energy, or their masculine energy is too hyped up right now. You need more of that feminine energy, that nurturing, that like smoothing, back to this, right? Back to the pouring, to the cups. And then you have out the Nine of Pentacles. Now this is again where things get interesting, even more so. You have out the Nine of Pentacles. And it's almost it's a sense of like, you know who you are, you know what you got, you know what you want to have, what you could have, right? And so it's like you're almost willing to, I'm almost getting a little like Seven of Swords, like a little sneaky energy off this, but knowing that, it's like you're almost like willing to kind of be a little sneaky, crack a few eggs, break a few hearts, if it means that you get what you want out of the situation, or if someone else gets what they want out of the situation. However, there's also this element of like, well, if I'm able to put down all this devil energy, if I'm able to dump the devil, if I'm able to move out of this energy into something else, and now I'm free to go get what I want, there is almost like a second thought. It's like, well, wait, do I really want this? Like, is this my wish fulfillment? Like, because I'm doing pretty good on my own. Like, I got my Nine of Pentacles. Like, this is like your independent, like, boss lady, like, boss guy, like, kind of energy. This is like super boss, pre-married sort of thing, right? So it's like, I'm doing pretty good on myself. Like, do I want to go back and wake up? Do I want to put, like, the coffee on the pot? Like, do I want to do that? Because I'm feeling kind of free right now. So maybe I don't know. I mean, that is my milk and honey, but I mean, I have all these pentacles and they're all for myself. I don't know. And then you have out the Two of Pentacles. So you're like a little bit walking on a wire here. And I'm getting karmically, you're walking on a wire as well. It's like you're trying to balance, you're trying to juggle it. You're like, well, if I'm free, should I go back and do that? Or should I keep it moving? Or how am I? There's this juggling energy, this lack of communication and this juggling energy. And I always have this saying, it says when you play both ends against the middle, don't be surprised when you play yourself. Because it seems like it happened in this situation before. It's happened to me as a person. I don't preach, period. I'm not on a high horse. I'm in the muck with y'all. But I'm just saying, with the Ace of Rods, the Ace of Wands in reverse, it's telling me that you're a little bit like, maybe I won't call them. Maybe I won't reapply to school. Like, maybe I won't go ask for my job back. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will, but maybe I won't. So I went through like a lot of these in the bottom of the deck. I want to play this out. I'm going to take this off. This is getting juicy, Leo. This is getting juicy. Okay. So here we are. So we've come full circle. We now realize what we want, but we're still kind of dealing with a little bit of that devilish energy again. So it's a little bit of that indecisiveness, a little bit of that juggling, a little bit of that like lack of communication, right? Because I feel like there's a sense that you're also thinking while you're like, hey, maybe I'm pretty good by myself. There's also a sense like maybe I shouldn't rock the boat. Like maybe this is my wish fulfillment. Maybe this is my milk and honey, but maybe like it might be too much of a conflict in order to make this work with this Five of Wands. Like maybe this is going to be a problem. Like maybe this is going to be a war kind of like thing. You're like, maybe they'll say no. Like maybe my milk and honey is not there anymore. It's like what I'm getting at. I'm going to be Five of Pentacles, like left out in the cold, you know, like a little bit left with nothing. And again, with this Knight of Swords in reverse, so it's like you're not really communicating. Somebody's not communicating with you in like a truthful way. Nobody's bringing forth those messages yet because they're not sure. It's like, should I or shouldn't I? Should I stay or should I go? Like, is it worth it? Is it not? Is it going to work out? And it's almost like you want an assured victory. You want a sure victory before you go in, or somebody else wants to like know, which might be why you're trying to like watch Ancient Aliens or work with magic or try and manifest or get readings, right? Because there's these little things, like almost like little pentacles, but they're not pentacles. They have like symbols and they have words. It's like maybe you're watching readings. Maybe someone else is, maybe you're watching readings. Maybe I don't know, but there's a sense that nobody's communicating or moving yet, because there is a fear that like maybe it won't work out. But the thing is like they're telling me to tell you that it's like they're not going to tell you if it's going to be successful or not ahead of time. It's like you're either going to do it or you're not, and you're either going to do it right, as it falls on top of this Page of Wands of the Magician, like I was saying before. You're either going to do it right or you're not. But they're not giving you messages on it from source. You're not going to get the clarity. It's like you got to do it. It's like you have to see for yourself. You have to see for yourself. And because you're kind of not sure yet, you're not ready to kind of take that leap of faith, that full energy, right? Which seems like you or someone else had a hard time doing before. You're thinking, you're like, well, maybe I should just get back on this path. And source is saying like, you can do that. You can go back on your path if you want, or you could turn around and go back and get your milk and honey. But you're not going to know if it's going to be successful or not until you try. And we're not like giving you a leg up, because it seems like whoever this was, whether it's you or someone else, they put it to sleep. They're like, you made your bed and you lied in it. And if you want it, then you unmake your bed, pull the sheets off, and almost getting like a Rapunzel thing, like pull the sheets off, like braid them and throw them out the window and climb your ass down and like go get your milk and honey. If it's there for you, we're not going to tell you if it is. You have to go and see for yourself. Go check your cups. Go check your cups. And it's like, you think that it's like justice, like the best thing might be to just leave it alone. I'm like, maybe I just leave it alone. Like maybe too much damage is done. I'm hearing. It's like, I'm exhausted anyway. Maybe too much damage is done. It might not even be there for me. It might, you know what I mean? Like maybe that's justice. It's just like, go back up the path. Just go back up the path. Just leave it alone. But with the same thing, you're like, maybe I should just like, you know, it's new options. Like I'll just find a new path. I'll find a new person. I'll find a new job. I'll find a new thing to study in school. Like I'll find a new hobby. Like maybe that's justice. It's just, I just don't say anything. I just collect my pentacles, collect my $200 and go, you know, collect $200 and go. It's so interesting. But in reality, it's going to be the 9 of Swords, which is the like in your head, paranoid. I can't sleep. I'm having nightmares. I'm all stressed. I'm in my feels. Like you think that the best thing for everyone in this situation might be to just drop it and leave it alone and keep it moving. But in reality, what it's going to do, justice or not, is it's just going to bring you more grief. It's just going to bring you more 3 of Swords energy. It's going to bring you more self-inflicted wounds, right? Self-inflicted wounds. And it's going to leave you feeling like you have spilt milk. You're going to be out there looking around for stuff. Still, it feels like still with this thing on your mind, with this thing, like you can take something out of your life, but you can't take it like off your mind that they're giving me. And so, and it's almost like there's something sneaking up on you, right? There's like something sneaking up on you. It's like this little kid with like a cup. It might be like Source. I don't know. And it's almost like you're, again, it's like with this, it's like I'm getting like anxiety, paranoia. It's just like, energy, just like mentally drained energy is what it's actually going to give you, because you're not Page of Cups in it. It's like you're not, even if there's a sense also like you're gonna have to come in again, because it's like Page of Rods, Page of Cups. It's like you want to come in like the King of Pentacles, or maybe you feel as though you're the King of Pentacles, but the mental anguish, the confusion, the uncertainty of the situation is making you feel like a page. It's making you feel like a kid, and not in like the joyful way, and in the sense that it's making you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Like you're scared and you're nervous. And so it's like this King of Cups up here. It's like you're bottling things up a little bit. You're bottling things up a little bit. When in reality is, again, we were talking about that feminine energy before. It's like you need to be the Empress. You are being called out and to stand up and be the Empress. Someone that is able to fertilize things. Someone's able to grow things. Someone that's able to nurture things. Take care of that baby. Feed the baby. Feed the baby. That's what you're supposed to do in order to get crowned and sit on your throne with all of this deer, this fertile energy. There's like all of this fertile bunnies. There's all this like fertile energy, this growth, this project, this love, like, but you have to take care of the baby. And 3 of Cups in reverse, or 3 of Cauldrons, I suppose. It's like, you're not going to get the celebration that you want. Like you think that you're like, I'm just going to leave it alone. Like I'm just going to walk away from it. Like I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm not going to stir the pot kind of thing. It'll be better for everyone. But in reality, it's just going to put you in mental anguish, because you know what you're supposed to do. Like it's almost like your masculine energy is too much. You have to bring in that feminine energy. It's like the way to come in very tempered with this Page of Rods, with your pinky out, you know, keeping things proper in order to get this milk and honey, in order to get this 2 of Cups, is like you actually don't need to come in like the King of Pentacles. You might be thinking that, and maybe you don't have all your ducks in a row, and so that's why it's you think that it wouldn't work out. It wouldn't happen for you because you don't necessarily have all of your ducks in a row. But the thing is like, you don't need to have your ducks in a row. You need to have your tits in a row. You need to be ready to like do this 6 of Pentacles over here. You need to be able to give. You need to be able to allow yourself to receive. You need to be able to kind of pour love into things. You have this big ass Ace of Cups. So it's like, you should be able to do it, but you have to feed the baby, because the Lovers, because you, again, like we said with this milk and honey, he's shrouded in all this blue, because like, you know the truth of the situation. You know the situation. You could go on other paths, but until you deal with this, whether it's just communicating, closure, coming back together, whatever it is, like, you know the truth of the matter. And so until you're willing to be honest with yourself and with others about it, and actually sit there and like feed the situation, give to it, and allow also in return that situation to pour back into you too, to accept love. And when you're so in that masculine energy, you can't receive love. You can't receive people caring about you. You can't, because you're so guarded up. It's like you can't let anything in, right? And it's a defense mechanism, and we've all done it. But you need to be in this Empress energy, because that's what you are. You plant seeds and you make them grow. With this Ace of Pentacles, it's not what you're doing. That's not what you've been doing. And that's probably why you are maybe a little bit exhausted. I'm hearing like tending bad soil, tending to bad crops, bad seeds, Monsanto. Maybe you're going vegan. I don't know. But it's like you're not planting in the way that you know that you should and you could be doing that. And you have out the Seven of, what is it, Seven of Pentacles? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. It's like you got to put the work in. It's like I'm getting, again, it's like the Lovers, and it's like, you know, what do they make? Babies. And it's like, how does baby grow? It has to gestate. Remember I said, didn't I say earlier, it's like something wasn't fully gestated. Like it you know, it takes time. It takes growing pains to grow things, you know, and then when they come out and you have to harvest them, that can also be a painful process. And then it could also be a hard and challenging process to then take care of that and grow it. It's not supposed to be easy, is what they're telling me. It's not supposed to be easy. But remember, you came in as the Queen of Swords before because you thought you were making a logical decision. It's like now, it's like you're the King of Swords. So it's like we have a pair. Now we have a pair, a true pair on the board. And they're both operating from very logical standpoints. So this is, for me, telling me that the King of Swords can come off a little reserved, he can come off a little cold sometimes, but normally the King of Swords comes off, he's like always in silver and he's always in blue and it's very cold, windy energy. But with all of this gold, it's actually telling me like coming to a place after this realization, really kind of reality check, wake up call, whatever it is, that your truth, a wholeness in you, of your self-esteem, of your self-worth, right? Well, that is enough to arm you, to know who you are, to arm you against the world. You don't need all the crap. You don't need smoke and mirrors and manifestation and ancient aliens and you don't need, it's too much. You don't need all of that, Leo. Or if this is the other person, if you're a cross watcher, you don't need all of that stuff. It's like you just need to be truthful. You just need to be truthful. Because it's like King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, King of Cups in reverse, King of Swords. It's like, you're Leo. You should be the King of Wands. Passionate, making plans, following through. You're not coming out as all of that, at any of it. But you can come through as this. Logical, which is where you want to be. But also happy and like joyful and like feeling like good, like about yourself, right? Like standing like firm in your truth from like a really healthy place, from also like a very controlled place. It's not, his sword's not like waving around, chopping people off, like harvesting stuff and like no, he's just focused, confident, controlled. And when you get to that place, or cross watcher, when you get to this place, you're going to be able to Page of Swords it. You're going to be able to come in again. Maybe it's as a page, maybe it's not as you know, you feel like a king, but maybe you're going to have to come in a little bit humbled, right? But you're going to have to come in truthful. You're going to have to come in truthful. And when you get to this point, you will be able to comfortably do so. And once you can, what will you get? 6 of Rods, 6 of Wands. Victory. Absolute victory. So, and look at this. 9 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands in reverse. You're going to be able to put down these burdens. You will get victory, and you will be able to put down these burdens. Look at this. 7 of Swords. No sneaky. But no sneaky, Leo. Don't let anybody sneaky you either. Okay? I'd pull an advice card for you, but I feel like I've just given you oodles of it. So I don't think, and this is already like 45 minutes long. So, Leo, look, I'm trying to shuffle up all the cards from the five of cauldrons, the 5 of cups is out here. It's like, sneaky. It's like, if you act sneaky, Sorcerer's gonna sneaky on you. So watch out. Everybody be good. Remember the pinkies up, pinkies out, P's and Q's, Leo. So I hope that this helped. This was a lot of information. Normally I don't just like pull cards off the bottom of the deck like that, but the story was just rolling and baby, it was juicy. So I hope that this helped you. I really do. Let me know. Talk to me in the comments. I could always use more friends, so come and talk to me. All of my information's in the description box, all the decks that I use. I have to add this deck in there, so if it's not in there yet, I'm sorry, but I will add it in there. My email for personals are open. My Instagram, I do daily spreads and stuff over there. All my peeps, all my things, all my stuffs is all in there. So I hope that this found you well. I hope you found it helpful. And I hope that you will continue to do well until the next time I see you, which should be soon, Leo. So goodbye. Take care. Be good.